Okay. And we're live. I might make a new character. I've had those characters for a while. I got the complete edition. Why couldn't I play those? Maybe I need to upgrade. Oh well. That's a lot of stuff to read. Perhaps the most unique characteristic of the Doom's folk is their luminous eyes, a result of glossy protective layer which covers the pupil, an evolutionary response to their homeland's glaring sunlight. Many individuals wear a small traditional gemstone on their forehead, a symbol of their zodiacal sign. They are adamant about scholasticism, placing the advancement of knowledge before all else. Other races tend to perceive male Dunes folk as introverts who care more for books, business, and the prosperity of Ul'dah, a city-state built upon Dunes folk ingenuity, than the goings-on about the rest of the world. From the flat landscapes to the plains folks, the home islands are where the Lalafolan clans take its name. The distinct coloration of myriad of earthy and grassy tones helps them to blend in well with the environment, acting as an effective camouflage against would-be attackers. It was the similarity of La Nusca's grassy fields to those in their homeland which drew the first settlers to the island of Vilbrand and what is now Limsa Lomasta. They are clever and opportunistic people, and crafty with their words. Their generally accepted view of the generally accepted view of plainsfolk is that they are a vibrant lot with a penchant for excessive conversation. I guess this? Oh god, character creation. Oh, there's more. Jesus, Pompadour. There's barely a difference. Long years.
Hey, hey, hey! Uh-huh.
What? Five, six. There are not 32 days in June, are there? There's not 32 days in anything. Mother of glaciers and goddess of war, is the guardian deity of Ishgard. She commands the elements of ice and is associated with the first moon of the Eorzean calendar. Halon is the daughter of Ralger and a bitter rival of Nofika. She is most often depicted as a relentless warrioress armed with a bronze great shield. Her symbol is 3 spears. Manfina is the keeper of the moon and the goddess of love. She commands the element of ice and is associated with the second moon of the Eorzean calendar. Sister of Azamia and the divine lover of Ashan. She is most often depicted as a maid carrying a round skillet. Thalic, ruler of rivers and wisdom, god of knowledge, guardian deity of Charleon, commands the element of water and is associated with the third moon. Father of Lalime Leon and the teacher of God, I can't read these names. Reserve scholar holding an ashen staff. His symbol is a scroll. Nimia is the watcher of celestial bodies and the goddesses of fate. She commands the elements of water and is associated with the fourth moon. Younger sister of Althic, master of Ralger. She is most depicted as a weaver donning the white silken veil. Lemelian, Watcher of the Seas and Goddess of Navigation, is the guardian deity of Limsalam's Laminsa. She commands the element of wind and is associated with the fifth moon of the Eorzean calendar. She's the daughter of Thalic and the elder sister of Nofika. She is most often depicted as a strong fisherwoman wielding a long-bladed harpoon. Ruler of the mountains, god of travelers and vagrants, commands the element of wind and is associated with the sixth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Brother of Naldthal. They keep introducing new names. Where's Naldthal? Naldthal. There's Naldthal. Okay. Close companion of Halone. He is most depicted as a carefree ranger wielding a bow of yew. His symbol is a walking stick. Fire god is the purveyor of architecture and industry, god of the arts. He commands the element of lightning and is associated with the seventh moon. She's the elder brother of Halone and the pupil of Thaliak, and is most often depicted as an ardent smith with a two-handed hammer. Symbol is the hand. Breaker of worlds, god of destruction and guardian deity of now fallen nation of Alamingo. He commands the element of lightning and is associated with the eighth moon. Lightning is cool. But destruction. He is most often depicted as a magus carrying a staff of bronze. Symbol is the streaking meteor. Azimia is the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. She commands the element of fire and is associated with the ninth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Azimia is the daughter of Althic and the elder sister of Memphinia. She's a noble lady holding a golden fan. Overseer of the underworld and god of commerce. Guardian deity of Ul'dah. He commands the element of fire and is associated with the 10th moon. Single manifestation of the deific twins Nald and Thal. Depicted as a discerning merchant holding a balance. His symbol is the cowrie, an ancient shell currency. Nofika, tender of the soils and harvests, and goddess of abundance, is the guardian deity of Gridania. She commands the element of earth and is associated with the 11th moon of the Eorzean calendar. She's the daughter of Zamia and the younger sister of Lemelian. She is most often depicted as a jubilant farmer holding a scythe of steel. Althic is the surveyor of change and space, the god of time. He commands the element of earth and is associated with the 12th moon. Father of Azamia and Memphinia and elder brother to Nemea. He is often depicted as an austere emperor wielding a mithril great axe. Symbol is the hourglass. Okay. I don't know. Who is Nofika? A bitter rival, Nofika. She's just a farmer. Who do I pick? I could just pick the one with the 6th moon, which is my moon. All manner of one-handed blades, from daggers to long swords, be they single or double-edged, straight or curved. The defining characteristic of the art is emphasis on diverse combat tactics, training its members to bring their martial arts skills to bear in any situation. practitioners who marry sword with shield, seeking to defend their fellow companions. Others opt for empty offhand and choosing instead to focus entirely on their sword arm. In all instances, the age-old art of the sword makes the gladiator a formidable adversary in any encounter. Pugilist is incessant training aimed at mastering the traditional techniques of hand-to-hand combat. Though they command formidable power when unarmed, they are wont to use metal, leather, and bone weaponry to maximize their destructive potential. Their preference for fighting at close quarters makes negotiating distances an absolute necessity. This is why many pugilists are quick to learn that lightweight gear allowing for maximum agility ensures them better success in battle than does cumbersome plate or chain. Hold on a second. Okay, just wanted to check a message. The Marauder is a combat specialist whose weapon of choice is a great axe, a fearsome arm emblematic of yours as pirates. Their approach to battle is one of brute force, relying on strength and steel to crush enemies and sunder weapons. They are highly sought after for their ferocity and intimidating presence, and are often employed to hunt down monsters plaguing the land or to turn the tide of battle between warring nations. The strategy of lancers is to outrange and fluster opponents with their long two-handed polearms, peppering them with a barrage of thrusting attacks. They are trained with a number of weapons, gaining a diversity to their attacks that make them extremely versatile combatants. In former times, the long spear saw the most widespread use, due in great part to the influence of the proud lancer legions of Alamingo. Since then, the guild has greatly expanded its armories to include a variety of weaponry such as the halberd and trident. The enduring popularity of the bow is a testament to its elegant design, but the simple weapon would be of little worth without the surpassing skill of those who master it, the archers. Projectile techniques such as high-angle fire enable archers to assail their foes with deadly precision even at great distances. Constant assessment of the battlefield enables them to carefully determine the most advantageous ground from which to loose, as well as the nature of the arrows best suited to their enemy. Together with the longbow sentries of the Elizan military, the shortbow hunters among the Mikote are widely regarded as the most skilled with the bow. God, there's so much to read. Conjury conjures upon elemental force present in nature and concentrates them at the potency at which spells can be woven. Through practice meditation on the essence of creation, conjurers draw forth and absorbed ether from their immediate surroundings. A wander cane made from unworked wood is then utilized to focus the ether until it manifests as the desired spell. The seat of the Conjurers Guild lies at Still Glade Fane in Girardina, where the voices of Eorta's elementals are said to be most powerful. In the hands of a skilled practitioner, thaumaturgy can be a force of terrifying destruction. At the heart of this school of magic lies the ability to call forth and command the latent aether within oneself through deep introspection. To then mold that aether into sorcery, the thaumaturge makes use of a scepter or staff, which is within which is housed through a natural stone imbued with magical properties. Adepts of the art of arcanum derive their might from symbols of powers born of geometric techniques hailing from across the southern seas. Held within occult grimoires, these symbols lend shapes to the arcanist's ether, thereby allowing them to produce myriad powerful spells. Using the self-same symbols to unlock the latent power contained within gemstones, arcanists are able to summon forth the familiar known as carbuncle to carry out their bidding. Ah! My voice! I wanted the axe. I wanted to be small boy with big axe. That axe is not nearly big enough. I want bigger axe. Perhaps I'll get bigger axe later on if I play it. I'm not reading all this. No, not Excalibur. Oh. Behemoth is not accepting any new characters. I could just play with my old character then. That's a shame. World is currently full. Players in Q24. God dang it. No. God dang it! There we go. I'll just play with Poppy Commander. That works with me. I have no idea what I'm doing. Told you to get over here. Recognize an adventurer in the city-state of Limsa Laminsa, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. I must be right at the beginning. Oh, then I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. And without a bit of local knowledge, you're likely to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far, just head straight down the street and speak with Griffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Baderon. He's the proprietor of the Wench. He might curse like an ale-sodden soldier, but the band's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. I've begun a quest. I can't read everything. There's too much to read. You don't mind a visit to the Drowning Wench? The Crow's Lift will take you there. Greetings to you, lass. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for a drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try out your adventuring, I reckon. Well, you find no shortage of work here in Limsa. Name's Baderon, and this is the most hospitable of oysteries in the drowning wench. 'Tis also some of the most Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we got the desk specially for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble wherever we look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Emperor to finish the job. Oh, and no one knows what they're planning, of course, but they're planning anything. You can be sure it's to kill a lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see a people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? They usually took a mighty blow during the calamity. Hold on, I'm checking something. Okay. But our towns weren't the only things what got wiped off the fate of existence by that thrust-damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too. Ain't no one been able to explain it in a way that makes an ounce of sense. None of the folks who saw it lived to tell the tale seem to agree on what the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like recollections from a hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear the future if they can't recall the past. But there's one thing we remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid their lives to drag Eorza back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, we ain't forgotten what they did for us. The Godspeed calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. What? Oh, oops. It's this what's got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light. If Lunta's ever gonna put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why why any aid we can give to an adventurer is effort well spent. What say you, lass? You willing to lend us your strength? Me thanks to ye, and the navigator, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steer ye my way for a reason. But listen to me, yammering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis our time we get your mark in the book. Put your scroll right there. Poppy Combator, isn't it? A fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Now hold on a moment there, officer. Wait, oops. This fine upstanding young lady is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece and cousin's closest companion. This last wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You surely aware of our recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. You make a good point there, officer. Very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep an eye out at all times. Me and two more often than not. Now, sir, why are you saying we're taking me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Melto, but that doesn't mean it won't get you good and pickled. Hey, look, but there's a chair over there just crying to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You have to excuse these as you bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spate of kidnapping, see, and they ain't got clues behind them. Naturally, they've been taking the clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious. It means visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Laminsons can be a headstrong bunch of bastards. 'Tis true, but given time, we'll grow in ye. Now, where was I? Oh, hey, welcome to Laminsa, where the sky's as green as the faces of my patrons after too many blackberry whiskeys. Now take a moment to gather your wits and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the city. Listen well to the wisdom of Baldur on 10 fingers. The wisdom. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help you get used to life here in Limsa. First, you head down the floor, then point your nose to the west. You'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetheryte, a device which can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetheryte where you want to go, of course. And chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list in the marketplace, you'll find weapons and armor and all your adventuring bits and pieces for sale in the district what lies beyond the aetheryte. How can I read this guy's text so much better than some of the other text in this game? Don't go throwing your gill around yet, though, or you get fleeced quicker and then you can say, where's my coin poise so light? Have a word with the Swordsplat instead. He's the head in the Merchants League, by the way. Give him the assault octant and it treat you well. For the last to be helpful, I suggest to meet you some fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for swinging the head splitter of yours if you join the crew. Blather at the front desk is the one to get you started. Got all that, lass? Seeing them 3 tasty little jaunt around the city, it'll help you work out what everything is. Now I best get on. Run along, eh? Bugger, right there I go send you off without telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of my memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Any road, while you're out, if you happen to be passing any post outs which look like they might need your help, consider giving them a tale or we'll listen, okay? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Nina over there has been casting glances at you since you walked in. Why not lend an ear to see what she has to say? Hey, you're likely to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build your reputation as a woman folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you have the time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads bear that title as have some fine advice for we're starting out in the profession. And that, my girls, is how you become a legend among adventurers. I must accept the quest making my name by speaking with Ninya. Okay. would you look at this? A shiny new adventure. Listen close, lass. I've got some information that might help you put you on the map here in Limsa. I was just passing through Bulwark Hall not long ago, and I saw a bunch of herbs just scattered around on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I might think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the street are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzen mast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Scanrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. And all you have to do is pick up the herbs, take them to Alskiff at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. On the Smiths, I provide guidance for those just staring on the path of the adventure. For the present, I suggest you learn your way around the city, an endeavor which Baldrun should no doubt wish to aid you. Hold up there, lass. Before you shouting out the door and straight some scrags of ambush, you might want to partake of the wench's wisdom. Proprietor and patrons both. Wait, did I not? What? Did I not? Did I not? Crow's lift is ready when you are. Yep. Ah, another novice adventurer. Hey, Batteron sent more than a few of your kind near this way of late. Sorry. I'm Sumanu, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping peace in the city. It's also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of Aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorza, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Once you've expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need to be unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites for transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Oh, shoot, I forgot to make a Twitter post. I forgot to make a Twitter post. There we go. Conveniently occupied adventurer. Excuse me, miss, but do you have a moment or two to spare? You seem a type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks, and I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of Elderwise. Who is messaging me? Oh, right. You wouldn't be surprised if you had heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in the Salamitza. They do, however, provide a rather unique service of which the Bragar Consortium has been recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to the doorman, Lawnward, along with our profuse gratitude. Okay. You have herbs you wish me to examine? Yes, as you suspected, these are highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance which is fragrance that said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Forgive me, I could not resist the jest. These herbs are not more than Althic lavender, a common enough export from Lausanne. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded into my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, miss. But not to worry, you've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. By way of thanks for delivering my scattered lavender, I have a nugget of information that may prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkempt seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual is that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventures I must know. And these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Glazriel, the guard who stands at the entrance of Youth Hawker's Alley, and never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation to the authorities class. And thus we begin quests times 1,000. There are always quests to do. I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. Speak with Krasriel. Where is that? Oh, right here. That is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. I'll have the captain place the Yellow Jackets on high alert. And while I have you here, I'll need you to visit Fridwib and tell her that the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down the East Hawker's Alley. Fridwib is frequent dealings with adventurers, so anyone you give her should soon spread throughout the city. Fridwib. These names. Greetings, miss. Might I interest you in the services of a retainer? What's this? Some suspicious seafarer is on the prowl for gullible adventurers? A possible suspect in recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass on that warning to my customers. What with all the merchants and travelers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kind of unsavory activities can go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Oh, ferret magic followed. Thank you for the follow. Shock. Sweetnix is beauteous copy and craft-smart trade maker. Sweetnix make busy deal with the blanders. Me deliver letter to gate of Medvan, but Sweetnix is shiver shakes. A blander walks to gain a meal van for Sweetnix. A blander deliver later to tax lady the child. I have no idea how to pronounce these names. I have no idea. A fine morning to you, madame. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the great realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Barteron, whatever could it be? Oh, my octant! By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I recommend checking out Yonk Barkers. You can find this link down below in the stream information. He's the one who made it. If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each guild you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents are procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been your surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Now he has a quest. You, Miss Adventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at such a simple task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owner and glance over at the wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, Kyokurun, and Sydney Hall. Write down all you... Go away, Windows. Write down all you see in this price list and hand it over to Bainswing on the list at Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. Iron Thunder. Well met, lass. Cast your peepers on these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldik and Vilmelis. Spoke with Iron Thunder. Where's Kokaroon? Oh, oops. Well, I spoke with him. A fine morning to you, miss. What can I interest in you? Well, you seem to be most interested in everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. You're the one who made a list for Swazblatt? Let's have it then. Nothing wrong with the markets as far as I can tell. You often get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across the Aka's alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell the clients when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lass. Okay, that's done. Now, deliver the letter to Pacha. Oh, it's over here. Where's Sweetnix with those important records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we'll have to expel him from the city. Why, these are Sweetnix records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear for our offices by now. Every month he has to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows the proper procedure, Limsa Lamansa is quite welcome to foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid it in soothing the poor goblin's fears. Using items, handing over items, return. Sanctuaries. Am I in a sanctuary right now? Yep. Alright, okay. Report to Sweetnix. Tax Lady Patana is coming backwards for Sweetnix. Sweetnix's outflow of joy for Tax Lady Patana. Sweetnix is happy, Gobby. Gives up on her jiggly shine. Hi, this is the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So unless you have proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. What's this then, a parcel from the Brugler Consortium, eh? Let's just have a peek inside. Oh, walnut bread and ginger cookies, and a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches too. Some consortium calls know the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. You just let it just in him. No, we're always here should our boss need us again. I gotta go all the way back. You deliver the package as I requested? Very good. I shall pass on this sentiments to my superior. What manner of services do the dutiful sisters provide? Continue your stay in Limbs and Elements and you'll find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities and comfortable with the unconventional, you might wish to approach them yourself. Left-hand crumpets on the bridge, is it? In possession of permission paper signed by the relevant authorities. The Admiral office quarters are no places for sightseeing. If you seek the drowning wench, try the crow's lift over yonder. You want for coin, venturer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirate crews from Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up here in the steps of the balcony above and talking to the Cavalion, our captain. Do it right by him and I'll do right by ye. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, providers of the finest spices from the East. All our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be in service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never seen before in Neoza. I prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you delivered to certain individuals. The first is Grenade, whom you will find at Coral Tower. The second is Master Langsworth, the head chef at Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you've accomplished the task. Doesn't have grenade. A sample of spice currency of the Seventh Sage, you say? There's no mistake, this is fire sand, and the kind used by the Guardians beside. Quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you'd brought me spice? I see you're not familiar with Carvalianisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything used procured in the high seas. Least you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lamentian interests in eastern lands. A new sample from the Seventh Sage? Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelled nothing like it afore. The note came with a root that grows on Orthord. Last I heard, Orthord was under Imperial rule. Out of the 7 hells did Cavalain manage to get a hold of this. Anywho, I reckon I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, old friend. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to our affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy has passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessings, we engage in a form of trade with Guardian ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. spare no effort to ensure all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality. And so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a Belligo, first-time patron, did just that. Rashumo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She's quite upset by the whole affair and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rashumo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to Goldbird at the Coral Tower. He will know what to do. Beg your pardons, good man, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize this is sudden. We urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon-arriving guests, but I fear we are short in fresh lamb for the main course. I'd be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source, wild lambs. In case you're unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Albafar, a sentry station in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Wench. A bilker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist's rendition of the man? What in 7 hells is this supposed to be? It looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we need a little bit more to go on in this piece of art. It'd be easiest for all involved if Rashumo were to come over here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as much. Ho there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are you? Any axe worth swinging needs 2 hands on the haft and has a blade on what... Oh, are you interested in hearing more, lass? That's why we don't give you the short version of the guild's founding history, and we can go there. It all started with ships, you see. What ships we got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop off down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run foul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Aye, it all started with ship building and ship repair. What, am I boring ye? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was a perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about ye. Most seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice. So did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to the new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. And once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa enemy, the whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fight. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. If mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over, then let me know if you fancy joining our ranks. I have a feeling I'll be seeing more of you soon than last. Okay. So much reading. You decided to swing an axe with the Marauders then? Alright then, all he needs done now is speaking to the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple, I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Windzone's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him. Nice. Good fortune, mate. Oh, he's tall. He's very tall. I am Windzoen, Axe Master they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in the guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries, we seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, causing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blautholder. And once more, I shall challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate in the Marauders Guild? One moment. Okay. Are you prepared for carnage? Very well, your name? Attend me then, Poppy. Hold fast to the moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oftentimes be your own. You will stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into the combat as befits the novice of the hard discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limazanza. Lost lambs, wolf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. How do I get to the lower decks again? Oh, hey! Yeah, go to the blue crystals! wasn't able to make a new character, but it turns out I already had a character in Behemoth server, so it worked out. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? God, I could do with a slice. You'll have to send me a friend request. Yeah! Fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any road, you can get a lamb easily enough by hunting lambs that graze outside the city. Go through the Sephir Gate and past the east, and follow the path east and the south for a bit. You'll run into fluffy and tasty critters before long. Oh man, I gotta go up again. Go up again. But yeah, I'll send you a friend request. Yeah, I managed to get into it. I managed to be a little a Lalafell with a big axe. So everything worked out in the end. Lalafells unite! The spoken with Godbert? Wow! Within the bell, the yellow jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife and... Huh? Goldbert wants me to go to the Dakota Tower for questioning? But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? Okay. Oh, and then I need to report back to Baderon. Ah, there you are, Poppy. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? If you're meant to base yourself on Limbs of La Mansa, it won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. And now you got some idea of what's what where, and you can start exploring the rest of the town. You're showing a good ear for listening, lass. Stick with old Baderon and you go far. Well met, last. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Come to... Oh. He's got a red quest. That sounds dangerous. These days, poor Baderon's so busy looking after others, he hasn't been able to look after himself. He deserves something for his efforts. Whenever he's in his cups and starts speaking of the old days, he never fails to mention Aruralai. Seems that he and his mates used to eat the creatures on occasion. Is it obvious? It's obvious he still has memories found of that life. So I'm thinking a few Aurelia umbrellas might be something he'd appreciate. Can you help me by procuring 4 of them? If you're willing to help, speak with Kindriel by the Aft Castle. She knows where various wild beasts congregate. Baderon actually likes Aurelia umbrellas? Gods, I never even considered trying to eat one of those foul things. Nevertheless, if it's the Aurelia you seek, you ought to find plenty by the river just past the Tempest Gate and to the east. Is this the Tempest Gate? If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I advise you turn tail and run. Captain Rosamund's in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Though maybe dealing with the customers is a sort of shite which might shake her from her doldrums. If you're meant to venture inside and miss a member, you best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain, lest you're afraid to go missing. Kneeling after 4 would be a good start. Why are we sitting like this? You see any bleeding chairs? We can give you a problem. Show me respect and kneel, Scrag. Did I not do it right? Aha, she knows her place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep seizing every Garlean ship before we can take a crack at them. 'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew is reduced to preying on the leaving of the mangy bunch of man boys. Me, younger self, would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen. So you do know something of my pain, but your sympathy ain't worth none than a pint of piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture guardian ships, but what's the use if we keep on getting beat to your prey? I'm here drawing and chilling the environment. Throw out some help when and if needed. Okay, thank you. A few Imperial dogs we found on the Minster territory get snatched by Krakens in open waters. I rallied my crew's spirits when we said we were reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, I seem to resign letting those bastards have all the fun. You trying to make light of your dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with your hook, like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, goddammit. So we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping them in some water safes. We'll raid supply shipments to the Guardian outposts along the coast of Aldenard. Aha, it's so bleeding simple. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Thank you for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. I think I almost had you feed to the sharks. I gather your meeting with the cap went well. I could hear her cackling all the way out here. But whatever you did, thanks for doing it. Last thing we needed was her going on another rampage, ruining deck swabs and leaving us with less meat. Tain't easy playing by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. Now I gotta go kill things.